Good evening. I'm Kevin Dorn. This is Nightcast. The story of a woman who died hours after her wedding in Minneapolis is gaining national attention. Police are reopening their investigation. MPD agreed to take another look at the case after 5 investigators started reviewing the records and asking questions earlier this summer. Now, investigative reporter Eric Rasmussen has learned that same case also has the attention of the Department of Justice.
Kevin, we've confirmed a DOJ investigator contacted the family of Elisa Gomez and others who say police mishandled her case 6 years ago. Detectives originally called the Newlywed's death a suicide despite a number of suspicious circumstances. Now that case is part of a larger federal review of the Minneapolis Police Department. Judy Hunt had already spent years fighting to get someone to take a closer look at her daughter's death when she says she got a call that literally stopped her in her tracks.
Actually, I was driving and I said, yes, I'll pull over.
On the other end of the phone, the Department of Justice.
We talked for almost an hour.
Almost an hour for Hunt to lay out the bizarre circumstances surrounding the death of Elisa Gomez, a surprise marriage to a man she met only months earlier. Elisa seen leaving this bar after an argument on their wedding night, followed by a text message to her new husband. "We made a mistake. It's not the end of the world." The next morning, police found Elisa's body at her home on Cedar Avenue, alone in her basement bedroom. Her roommate told police she hanged herself. Body camera video revealed the first officer on scene wasn't convinced.
You're gonna need how much of it out here? He needs to be out. This not straight up DOA.
Elisa's new husband of just a few hours, Brad Alexander, has never been named a suspect in her death. Do you know who might have been involved? Alexander denied any involvement when we contacted him last month. He told a detective the same thing back in 2016, the day Elisa died.
Did you hurt her? No, there's no doubt in my mind that she did it to herself.
Minneapolis police closed the case as a suicide, despite repeated pleas from the family and even this letter from the state urging MPD to reopen its investigation. The case remained closed for the last 6 years. But that all changed when 5 investigators started asking questions this summer. I wanted to tell you, police say they are reopening this investigation.
My gosh. I'm gonna cry.
Elisa's family members weren't the only ones begging police to do more.
When they say they reopen it, it's relief, but it's like it's about time.
She does not want to be identified, but this ex-girlfriend of Brad Alexander recently agreed to speak with us for the first time. Soon after Elisa's death, she says she tried to contact one of the Minneapolis homicide detectives originally assigned to the case.
It was disheartening because I had to track her down. Like, I had to reach out to her multiple times. She never got back to me, but I wanted to tell her, you need to look into this guy. You know, it's just, why aren't you?
As 5 investigators reported, Brad Alexander was convicted of domestic assault in 2010 for strangling his ex-wife. In fact, several women have accused Alexander of choking them, including this woman.
He put his hands around my neck that night, and I was trying to scream for help.
She eventually did get a chance to share those details with the detective investigating Elisa's death. And how did that go?
I wouldn't even say it was phone tag. I called her, like, I'd say 2 or 3 times over the span of a week, and the last time I got a hold of her, she seemed like she was annoyed with me. She said she was doing patrol.
This woman's story reflected in one paragraph of a supplement to the detective's report filed 3 months after Elisa's death.
My phone number was incorrect, and the statement she said I gave was worded not even close to the point I was trying to get across.
What do you hope comes out of sharing your voice?
I would want somebody to help my family.
It's not just Elisa's case. There are many cases like hers.
The Justice Department has already begun to reach out to community groups and members of the public to learn about their experiences with the MPD.
Less than a month after Attorney General Merrick Garland announced an investigation of Minneapolis Police, emails confirm an assistant U.S. attorney spoke with Judy Hunt about Elisa's case.
He said, I wish I could, do something for you, but we are here to investigate the police.
A department-wide investigation sparked in part by the murder of George Floyd and the response to the unrest that followed.
Typically, you will see a very comprehensive report, but they will not be case-specific.
Former U.S. Attorney Erica McDonald points out Elisa Gomez may not be mentioned by name in the DOJ's findings, but the fact that her case is among those being examined by federal investigators is significant.
A 6-year-old case? Yes, I was surprised, but I'm glad to know. What the community should feel good about is that a very thorough investigation is being done, that they are looking at everything they can from every angle they can.
Every little bit, every step is a step further to justice.
Those steps, Judy Hunt says she'll continue taking for her daughter, no matter where they lead. Again, Brad Alexander has never been named a suspect in the death of Elisa Gomez. We reached out to him again this month, but we have not yet received a response. At last check, a Minneapolis Police spokesperson told us their new investigation into the death of Gomez is still ongoing.
Eric, what is the status of the DOJ's investigation?
Well, Kevin, the official response from the DOJ is that its investigation into MPD is also still ongoing. But Erica McDonald, the former U.S. attorney here in Minnesota, tells me she expects we could hear something before the end of the year.
Okay, Eric Rasmussen, thank you so much.